Hi everyone, I'm Roz and this is the next update in my marathon training. So for those of you that are new to watching this, I'm currently training for the Barcelona Marathon, which is on March the 10th. Can't remember if I said this in my last vlog, but I've booked all my flights, I've booked where I'm staying and everything, so that's all cool. I managed to find an Airbnb which is really near the start of the start and finish line of the race, so hopefully that will be cool, because anyone who's a runner will know there is nothing worse than staying miles away from where you're starting a race, and then you have that whole thing of having all your bags and kind of stuff with you, and greater chance that you'll have to queue to pee in a really bad portaloo, things like that. So I'm literally staying about 5 minutes away from where the race starts, so fingers crossed, hopefully that should be cool. And I'm really looking forward to going back to Barcelona because I used to live there and it's been quite a number of years since I've been back, so definitely looking forward to revisiting. But anyway, enough about that, and moving on to where I'm at with my training. So last week was a bit of a funny week, and that's because normally I would have done my long run, not the Saturday just gone, but the Saturday before. But I'm a full-time yoga teacher and I was away teaching a retreat, so I ended up having to do my long run. I made the decision to do it during the week, so I actually did my long run on the Wednesday before I went away on the retreat on the Friday. And on the Friday I managed to squeeze a 6k in. It was supposed to be a 10k, but I just had too much to do before going away, and I was like, Jason, I can't stress myself about this. I took my trainers away with me, but I didn't end up going out running whilst I was on the retreat just because it was too busy, and when I had downtime I just wanted to spend it kind of doing quieter activities, and also didn't want to disappear off for too long because also I was working as the host for the retreat and I wanted to be around just in case the guests needed me for anything. So I ended up missing doing my run over the weekend. So then last week I was kind of playing catch up, but I was also really tired because I'd worked all weekend. So I managed to go out on the Monday, and I'm just trying to remember what I ran. I think that I ran 6k, 5k or 6k. Don't remember exactly. I run more or less around that distance. Last week on Wednesday I did my 10k run, and then because basically I was supposed to have done 2 10ks to kind of make up for the kind of run, the run that I'd missed, to make up for a little bit. But anyway, that basically didn't happen, so there wasn't a 10k happening on Monday. And on the Wednesday I did do my 10k run. And then basically I had bought a new pair of trainers, and they arrived, I think they arrived on the Tuesday, was it? Or maybe they arrived on the Wednesday actually. They basically, the day that they arrived, I think it was the Monday. So the trainers arrived on Monday, and I didn't want to wear them for the long run because it's not a good idea to just go out and run 10k in a brand new pair of trainers. And also I needed to just make sure that they were actually the right fit before I took them outside. So I decided to go to the gym on Thursday, and I ran 4k on the treadmill in my new trainers. They were all fine, all good. And so I also went out and ran on Friday as well. So I ran a 5k on the Thursday. On the Friday I went out and I ran a 6k after teaching. That was kind of fun. I ran around Regent's Park. I have a nice little loop that I do that's 6k from the studio that I teach at. I run to the park, run around it, and then run back again, and then I can have a shower at the studio, and it's all cool. So that was fine, and my trainers were so comfy. I got back to the studio and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just feel like I've been bouncing around on my run. So that was cool. And then on Saturday, so the weekend just gone, I had my next long run. So I ended up doing 3 runs, 3 days on the trot, which is not really exactly what I wanted to be doing. but I felt like I needed to make the mileage up a little bit, and also it was really important for me to do some short runs in my trainers before I went for my long run. So on Saturday I went out for my long run. It was a 16k and it was fine. I went out in my new shoes, they were all good. The weather was a bit crappy, not gonna lie. I didn't realise it was raining, and I went out and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go out for my run, and then realised it was drizzling, and I hadn't like put my like jacket on, my running jacket on, and I kind of started running, and it was just a bit like, oh, I don't want to go home because this is, you know, like if I go home and then I have to go back out again, and it just makes it more difficult. But I was rewarded. So I was out for quite a long time, and basically it was a bit rainy and miserable for the first like part of it, the first like 40 or 50 minutes, and then the last part of it, as I turned around on my route, because I normally run around the fields when I do my longer runs, but because the weather was like had been so wet last week, and it's really muddy, I'm not gonna lie, I just didn't really want to get my brand new trainers like totally mudded up, like the third time wearing them. But also it is like super sliding, and you can't really run in it because it is actually too muddy. So I was doing a road run, and I was doing a loop, so when I turned around to come back, the sun kind of came out, and it was just like the most stunning sunset. The light was absolutely beautiful. If you follow me on Instagram, I did post a photo of like my view. Literally there was no filters on this photograph, and it was just like really, really beautiful. So that was all cool. And then Sunday, a day off from running, and then yesterday was Monday, and I ran 6k. Yeah, that was all good. It was okay.